Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Arizona Scott Selections here for Saturday, April 3rd. Before getting today's play of the day, a quick recap what happened yesterday. We ended up having a pretty decent day, ended up basically breaking even, ended up winning the play on the joint NBA show with Scott Steen, as I gave out the Knicks and Mavericks under 213.5 at -110 on BetMGM. Real easy winner. Neither team reached 100 points, and we ended up picking up a really sweat-free winner, barring overtime, and that wasn't even close, as Dallas won by double digits. But then we had the, circus, which is what the play of the day video was, with the Warriors +3. Of course, I ended up taking it on the overnight, and then unfortunately with today's NBA, you never know what type of injury report mysteries are going to end up revealing themselves in the morning. The line dropped from +3 to +1.5, and then Curry and Draymond Green were announced out about, I'd say, noonish, and then you ended up seeing the line go all the way up to +5.5. Didn't really matter. Golden State lost by a nice 53. Now, of course, had I known Curry and Draymond weren't going to play, I wouldn't have taken it. But that's the issue you run into with taking the NBA on the overnight. You occasionally get the injury report in your favor. Sometimes it's not, and we ended up getting a pretty raw end of a deal there, as both Curry and Draymond were out, and they got absolutely destroyed without them. But it happens. We'll look to bounce back since we basically broke even. We're going to be looking for a play of the day winner here in the NBA on Saturday. We're going to be looking at a matchup taking place between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Philadelphia 76ers at around 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And for the play of the day, we're going to be laying the wood here with the 76ers -10 at -110 on BetMGM, a time recording of 1:34 a.m. Eastern Time. A couple reasons why I like the 76ers in the spot. First of all, these two teams have been hanging in opposite directions all season long. Minnesota has a 12-37 record, 5-20 on the road. Meanwhile, Philadelphia has one of the best records in the East, 33-15 overall, 19-4 at home. Minnesota is also in a pretty brutal scheduling spot here. Had to play Memphis on the road yesterday, ended up losing by 12, but now it has to travel from Memphis to Philadelphia. Meanwhile, the 76ers had no game yesterday, so they were able to rest up. And I do think Minnesota should have to battle fatigue through the later stages of this game. Plus, Philadelphia should get a little bit of an emotional boost, as it will be getting its star center, Joel Embiid, back in the lineup after he missed the last couple of weeks with a leg injury. So with him back in the lineup, he should be able to match up pretty well with Karl-Anthony Towns. I do think you will see Philadelphia dominate in this game. Now, looking at the efficiency numbers for both teams, of course, Philadelphia is much better in every area. Philadelphia ranks second in defense efficiency. Minnesota ranks 27th. Meanwhile, Philadelphia ranks 13th in offense efficiency. Minnesota ranks 26th. And Philadelphia ranks third in rebounding rate. Minnesota ranks 27th. So with Minnesota battling fatigue, Philadelphia being back at full strength, and Philadelphia already being better in every single area, I think Minnesota is a really prime candidate to get blown out here on the road. Now, looking at the earlier meeting this season, Philadelphia did win the only meeting back in late January by 24 points in Minnesota. However, Towns did not play in that game, so I'm not really sure how much you can take away from it. But since Minnesota is playing a back-to-back, there is maybe a chance that Towns does not play in this game, but that remains to be seen. But that really wasn't much of a surprising result, because Philadelphia has dominated this series in recent years. The 76ers are 11-1 ATS in the last 12 meetings, and the Timberwolves are 0-6 ATS in the last 6 meetings in Philadelphia. So based on how these teams have matched up in recent years, Philadelphia has dominated every single meeting, and now the Minnesota has to deal with, an overnight travel with a back-to-back. Philadelphia did not, and that Embiid's back in the lineup. I think this game should get ugly, and get ugly early, as the 76ers should win this game by at least 15 points. The play there, once again, here for Saturday, April 3rd, is going to be on the 76ers -10, at -110 BetMGM, at time recording of 1:36 a.m. Eastern Time. That's been Solomon Scott. I'd like to go to all of you and respect the best today. Bye, everyone.